Alright, this video is for Math Expressions, Chapter 2, This is for Math Expressions, Chapter 5, Lesson 2, which is about metric measures of liquid volume and mass. So liquid volume, we only really use milliliters and liters. There are others, of course, but the milliliters and liters are the most common. A milliliter is very, very, very small amount of liquid. It's generally like how much medicine you would take. It's not a lot. A liter is a good amount of liquid. It's like a water bottle that I drink, or a lot of people drink like an Nalgene. It would be a full water bottle. Most kids obviously think of a 2 liter, and a liter is obviously would be half of that. So that's obviously quite a bit of liquid. Converting these, the same idea here. Basically, you just need to find out how many of the smaller units will go inside of one of the larger units, and then multiply. So here we go again. The prefixes are key. It's the same thing from last lesson, right? So we learned last lesson that a milli is 1,000 times smaller. So therefore, there would be 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter. Well, if there are 1,000 milliliters in 1 liter, of course, that would give us 2,000 for 2 liters. If I have 4 liters, you just follow the pattern. That would be 4,000 milliliters, 5 liters, so on and so forth. So you just fill it in with the same pattern as we had before. Now, it gets a little bit more complicated, and this is really kind of going above where the kids will be expected to go a lot. They're going to be asked to do a couple of these questions, but not a lot. And they're going to have the chart on the to be able to look at in class with all of these different prefixes. The biggest thing that they need to know and what we need to learn is that wherever you start, wherever your small unit is, in this case it's called a deciliter, and that's what the DL stands for. That is a little bit smaller than a liter. Now, every jump or every step that I take to the left is going to get me 10 times larger for every single step. So you can see in the red there that I went from a deciliter to a liter, and that was 10 times, and then I went to a deciliter, and then to the hectoliter. And so if it took me 1, 2, 3 jumps to get there, then that would be 1,000 times smaller. So 1 hectoliter is going to be 1,000 deciliters. I know, I'm really confusing with all the prefixes, but that's where it gets a little bit difficult, but we'll be okay. So if I can figure that out, then 5 hectoliters is going to be 5,000 deciliters. Now for mass, we generally only use milligrams, grams, and kilograms. But milligrams are, of course, super, super, super light. And even if they're in your hand, you are barely going to feel them. They're very, very tiny. Grams are also very, very light. About a penny or an empty container like you see here in the picture, those are about a gram. So, very, very, very light. Now, kilograms are, they're decently heavy. I kind of think of them like a pound. They're not super heavy, but you'll definitely feel them for sure. So, that is a picture of an apple, obviously, is kind of an idea for you. Now, converting, once again, this is the exact same idea. I know because the word kilo, or the prefix kilo, means 1,000. I know that there are 1,000 grams and 1 kilogram. So once again, 3 kilograms would be 3,000 grams. 5 kilograms, 5,000 grams. And so on and so forth. It's the pattern just stays all the time. And then 11 times 1,000 is 11,000. So once again, that's kind of where we're at. Sorry, those dots look like decimals. Those should be commas, not to confuse you. And that's about it. So, happy converting.